Video number 5, the ask. Did you notice in this module that I did not begin with the ask? Because there is a framework that is leading up to your verbal. Both nonverbals, your nonverbals, her nonverbals, your core. Nice guys bend into everything. Good men have strong core that need to be developed, right? That need to be developed. So now we're leading into the ask. Video number 5. As we discussed in the last video, there's some things that we need to do in order to acquire a break in our pattern of behavior. Some of you need a challenge in order to break the fear of making a move. And so, if you dare, I'm going to give you the Tim Ferriss Challenge. The Tim Ferriss Challenge is a script. It's one of the many scripts that I'm going to give you in this course. The purpose of the script is to break out of the patterns that we find ourselves in that lead us to the less than optimal results. I want you to find a woman that you're attracted to in a public setting, walk up to her while she's alone and say this. Excuse me, I know this is going to sound strange, but if I don't ask you now, I'll be kicking myself for the rest of the day. I'm running to meet a friend, i.e. I have friends and I'm not a stalker, but I think you're really attractive. Could I have your phone number? I'm not a psycho, I promise. You can give me a fake one if you're not interested. Right? Gutsy, I know, there's the script. And this is a cold move without any signals leading you to believe that she's interested in you. But I want to make a point with you, because I think you'll find the results to be surprising if you use this script. And the point is this, and please hear me clearly, taking the risk of expressing attraction makes you more attractive. Hear what I didn't say. I did not say that you are to express a desire to be in a committed, intimate relationship. If you do that, she's going to think you're a stalker and run. Let me repeat, taking the risk of expressing attraction makes you more attractive. Let's take another look at the phrases we're going to be the phases that we're going to be covering in this course. Attraction, 5 phases of dating. Attraction, uncertainty, exclusivity, intimacy, and engagement, right? In the attraction phase, you want to keep the conversation light, playful, fun, and engaging. Expressing attraction is not saying you want to be in a committed relationship. That would be jumping ahead in the process. Even if you're just friends with a girl, y'all, right? Expressing attraction needs to happen before you jump into that phase. It's simply stating exactly where you are, and this a woman finds safe and ultimately attractive. Remember, nice guys who are attracted but afraid or have no core, they're afraid to say anything. They're not safe because women sense the fear and ambiguity and the bendingness. They bend all over the place. In fact, a great way to sabotage a relationship is to jump ahead in the process. I have found this tendency to be strong, particularly in church communities where it is common for people to say God told them who they are going to marry. Now, that's fine. I have a strong belief that God speaks commonly to people today, but telling someone this up front sabotages the process and is just weird. And what I've discovered in many circumstances is that it kills the relationship. It sabotages the relationship. The same thing applies when you dive in too deep with a woman. You shouldn't be talking about what you want in your wife on the first date or first few days for that matter. That's too much too fast, and you're going to kill the opportunity. Remember, we aren't going to operate by the principle of speed and volume any longer. We're going to kill that sucker, right? Too intimate, too fast, it's no fun. You want it to be fun, and that is no fun. Now, we're going to assume that she's been giving you all the nonverbal signals, and it's time to have a conversation. For the next few moments, I'm going to give you expert information on having a conversation. Here we go. Number 1, creating safety in conversation. If she's giving you the signals, assume that she's interested. And there's no need to prove yourself. Guys screw this up all the time and end up talking the whole time. They talk about themselves. Shut your mouth unless it's something witty. If you're new to this, you're probably going to be nervous, and that's okay. Start with the basics. Become a good listener. And to do this, ask good questions, open-ended questions. Close-ended questions are questions that require yes or no. and it doesn't have room for the conversation to go anywhere. Suppose you're at a party, you've been getting the signals, and you make the approach. If you get too close to, if you get close to her and ask the question, do you mind if I sit here? A closed question, she's probably going to respond with one word, yes or no. An open-ended question approach would be, hello, my name is Ryan. What's your name? Right? What's your connection to John? Maybe the guy who's in the hosting the party, the guys whose house you're at, in order to make a connection, right? What is your connection to John is an open-ended question requiring more than one word, and it's an invitation or entry into engagement. Gottman's research in the Love Labs have found that those who were in a successful relationship had the following perspective when they first interacted with their future partner. He says this: the first impressions were positive and not superficial. It wasn't about how handsome or beautiful someone appeared to be. It was about interest, warmth, and a genuine desire to get to know the other person as a real person. Women are looking for transparency and honest conversation, says Mr. Gottman. If I'd like to also say this about pickup lines or cocky statements to make first impressions. This is the cheap, manipulated, crap way of creating differentiation. I don't like it. The author of one of the prominent courses of the sleaze in the men pickup line literature just got married a few years ago, and interestingly enough, he said that his cocky statements didn't work on his now wife. Right? And there's a whole nother story behind that. It's people, basically women of value don't fall for that crap. So if you want a woman of value who sees herself valuable, she's not going to fall for that crap. You don't want that anyway, right? Continue to ask open-ended questions about her job, her life, her interests, and remember to keep it positive. Please note, if she asks you a question in return, answer it with openness. Don't just reflect back with another question. She doesn't want to feel like she is being interviewed. These first impressions go a long, long way, y'all. If she starts down the road of negativity, then in her mind, she'll associate you with that negativity. So keep it positive, right? Even if she's talking about something off the cuff. If she's talking about her job and that doesn't bode well, a great question to ask would be, when you're not working, what do you love to do, right? Or another approach would be to start with a closed-ended question followed up by an open-ended question. Closed would be, where did you grow up? One-word answer followed by, what was it like living there? And it was said, as it was said, conversation is the art of putting the other person at center stage. Interestingly, people find other people. Let me repeat that. Interesting people find other people interesting, right? So if you're an interested person, you're in that other person, they're going to find you interesting. Number 3, gather info on what she enjoys. This is critical for module or phase 3. Before I asked my now wife out on a date, one of the questions that I asked her in a natural setting was, what do you like to do for fun that makes you feel special, right? She and I had a context and friendship that allowed me to ask this question. The context established was that she already felt safe and perceived me to be confident, intelligent, and socially respected. Her response was that she really enjoyed doing things that involved water, adventure, being outdoors. This was great information, right? Airing dirty laundry, or in other words, sharing too much too soon, sabotages the relationship. Remember, gentlemen, I want you to hold back, and it's okay to let her know you're holding back. It's going to create curiosity, mystery, and all that fun stuff. Don't talk about ex relationships in the attraction phase. There will be room for that later. Right now, it's fun, playful, witty, and you're enjoying each other. Keep it simple. Now this naturally moves into the ask. The ask. Let's go back to the party setting. I've been enjoying this conversation, and I'd like to continue to hear more about your story. What's your number? And then stop talking. Don't feel the need to fill the air. You're a confident man. You've established yourself in her presence, and you've let her decide what she's going to do with that question. So just wait. Research has also found that brief, light tactical contact increases the possibility even more that she'll fluidly give you your number. An example would be slightly touching her arm for no more than 1 to 2 seconds, and don't be weird about it. Much of relationship, or the possibility of great relationship, is thwarted by bypassing the process and going too fast. Wanting to have sex is a strong desire that both men and women have. It's real. And for many men, that goal needs to be placed in the sequence of many other goals. The reason I'm telling you this is to maximize long-term enjoyment. I will state that again. One-night stands, manipulation, and tricks. Research says, leads to really bad sex and relationships. I would like to redefine success in terms of following her lead. If you do this well, as John Gray likes to say, sweeping her off her feet is easier than you think. We need to follow her lead by continuing to create the conditions where you watch and listen to her signals that allow you to go deeper and further into a relationship with her. And she will feel like she's been swept off her feet. So let's recap. We talked about the Tim Ferriss challenge in the beginning. Take a risk. Get out there. Try it. Why not? Creating safety in communication, right? Interesting people find that when someone's interested in you, they find that you're interested in them. Put her story at the center. Gather information on what she enjoys. Authenticity is not airing dirty laundry. The ask, right? Going in for the ask, and then we are redefining success. We got to redefine success by reading her signals so that you can follow her lead. That will lead you down the road to success, y'all. There it is. Video number 5, lesson number 5. You guys are rock stars. Thanks for joining me. I hope this is beneficial for you. I believe in you. I believe great things are coming your direction. All right.